Okay. Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Michael Music, and I want to talk about the mastermind principle. So I need you to give me 1 second as I go. Here we go. Sorry about that. Didn't have my book. Anyways, okay, yeah. So the conversation is on the mastermind, and this is at a Napoleon Hill's master course on success. And there's a few premises here that I want to go through and just begin this conversation today. Okay, so he says that the first premise of the mastermind principle is that it is the medium through which one may procure the full benefits of the experience, training, education, and specialized knowledge and influence of others as completely as if their minds worked as one. Right? Isn't it marvelous to contemplate that whatever you lack in education, knowledge, or influence, you can always obtain through someone who has it? He says that the exchange of knowledge is one of the greatest gifts in the world. It is very nice to engage in business where the exchange of money makes you a profit, but I would rather exchange ideas with somebody, give them an idea that they didn't have before, and receive in return one that I didn't have. So, the mastermind principle that we're talking about is it's really laying down the foundation that you don't need to know it all, right? The reason that this principle is so critical is because you can utilize the experience, education, and thoughts of other people that you have incorporated and believed will help you get toward your goal. So, let's talk about the second mastermind premise. Or this I think there's a typo there. The second premise of the mastermind principle is what I meant to say. He says that an active alliance of two or more minds in a spirit of perfect harmony for the attainment of a common objective stimulates each individual mind to a higher degree of knowledge than that which is ordinarily experienced and prepares the way for the state of mind known as faith. Okay, so now we're talking about the state of mind known as faith is actually incorporated in the mastermind principle. Why is this interesting? Well, actually, to be honest, I'm not 100% sure from what Napoleon Hill says, but I will tell you this, right? From being a part of a mastermind principle, I've learned from my own experience that there's two parts to it. One, people in your mastermind are keeping you accountable, right? So that I can see how that elevates your faith. And two, right, at the end of the day, having people in your mastermind alliance that actually do believe in you, maybe even more than you believe in yourself at times, right? I can see how that can elevate that state of mind known as faith. And we're going to talk to not tomorrow, but soon enough on applied faith and have a conversation on that. So it is really interesting how this is the second premise of the mastermind. Now he also talks about an active alliance of two or more minds in a spirit of perfect harmony for the attainment of a goal. They say that a rising tide raises all ships, right? So if you got people in your mastermind group that know where they are going, right? They're definite about what they want, they have their definite major purpose laid out, right? Being in having the privilege of being in a mastermind group with them is going to elevate your state of mind as well. And that is possibly more critical than even earning money sometimes. He talks about, furthermore, that another important aspect of the mastermind is going there to get your batteries recharged. And what does that mean, right? Most of what you're going to need to do is probably to some degree going to end up dealing with you having to sell yourself or sell an idea to others. And I can understand how selling whatever it is that you are selling, whether it is your ideas or selling a physical product for money, right? I can understand how that can get exhausting. And going back to your mastermind is really where you get to recharge, redefine, like, okay, why am I doing this? And then set out again. And there's a lot more to that. Now, I'm going to go talk about the third mastermind premise. Okay, he says that the third premise, a mastermind alliance, properly conducted, stimulates each one in the alliance to move with enthusiasm, personal initiative, imagination, and courage to a degree far above that which the individual experiences when moving without such an alliance. All right, so he says, properly conducted mastermind stimulates each one in the alliance to move with enthusiasm, personal initiative, imagination, and a courage to a degree far above that which the individual experiences without moving with such an alliance. All right, so what's the idea here, right? Each person in the mastermind, they got their own goals, right? Let's not say that, if you become a part of my mastermind, right, I'm not going to impose what I think should be done on you, right? I'm going to be focusing on what I want and what's, when you know that you are part of a properly conducted mastermind, then you can have the confidence that you are going after what you want, and we're just exchanging ideas to help each other get to their own definite major purpose, right? It's not my place to invite people to a mastermind and tell them you should do this, you should do that, right? This is what I want for you and this is what you need to do. Because truthfully, how can I tell what is best for you, right? You are the person that ultimately dictates, what you truly want in this world, what your definite purpose is, and I'm just here to help support you and be a part of that. So it's really interesting, like this point that you're gonna, let's say we lock arms together, right? You're going to be moving with much more enthusiasm and courage after our conversation, but you're going still after, your own personal initiative, your own motives for why you are going after what you want to go after. All right. Now, I am fast forwarding here. I apologize. I might do a deeper dive soon enough, but I figured, you guys didn't want to see a just be reading the whole book, because in that note, it would have been better that you just listened to Napoleon Hill talk about this. So I'm going to fast forward to the fourth mastermind premise. Okay, so he says that to be effective, a mastermind alliance must be active. You can't just form an alliance with somebody and say, we've got it. I'm lined up with this person, that person, and the other person. We've got a mastermind alliance. It amounts to absolutely nothing until you become active. Every member of the alliance has got to step in and start pitching in mentally, spiritually, physically, and financially. Every way that is necessary. They must engage in the pursuit of a definite purpose and they must move with perfect harmony. Okay, what's he talking about there? Right? He's saying that it's not enough to just say, yeah, me and you, we got a mastermind alliance going, right? He's saying that, you know, how active is our mastermind alliance? How active am I being in contributing to our mastermind alliance? How active are you contributing to our mastermind alliance? And then furthermore, you know, are you are we doing this mastermind alliance to be friends, or are we doing this? Are we linking up to engage in a definite purpose? Okay. What is the end goal of this mastermind? And furthermore, what is the harmony that is needed between you and me for us to engage in a proper mastermind, right? He says that we must move in perfect harmony. Now we're going to actually dive into, what he's talking about when he says perfect harmony. He actually goes on to say that, do you know the difference between perfect harmony and ordinary harmony? I expect that I've had harmonious relationships with as many people, maybe more than any person living today. But I want to tell you that perfect harmony in relationships is just about the rarest thing in the world. I think I could count on the fingers of my two hands all the people that I now know with whom I have a relationship of perfect harmony. I have a nice, polite speaking acquaintance with a lot of people, but that is not perfect harmony. I have a working alliance with a lot of people, but that is not perfect or permanent harmony. He says perfect harmony exists only when your relationship to the other fellow is such that if he needed and wanted everything you have, you would willingly and immediately turn it over to him. It takes a lot of unselfishness to put yourself in that frame of mind. Wow. So, even reading this out loud, I realized, okay, I have a lot of working relationships. And yes, we're in sales. Yes, we have a definite purpose, but are we in perfect harmony, right? Just because it's a working relationship, does this mean we're in perfect harmony? Am I willing to truly give over everything to the individuals that I consider in my mastermind group, right? At the snap of a finger, right? If they said they needed it, am I willing to put myself on the line for them? Now, that's the depth that he means by perfect harmony. That's pretty deep. He goes on to say that Mr. Carnegie stressed time and time again the importance of this relationship of perfect harmony because he said that if you don't have perfect harmony in the mastermind alliance, it's not a mastermind alliance. Without harmony, the alliance may be nothing more than ordinary cooperation of friendly cooperation of efforts. Okay, so when you say that you're in a mastermind alliance, do you say that you're just, friendly, cooperating with others, or are you in a true mastermind alliance? This is pretty deep for me because I thought I was in mastermind alliances, but now as you reevaluate what is the true definition and what are the premises that go under what is a true mastermind alliance, you start to realize, oh shoot, I could improve in this area. All right, let me leave you with this. He finally says, the mastermind gives one full access to the spiritual powers of other members of the alliance. I'm not talking about just the mental powers or the financial powers, but the spiritual thought powers. And the feeling that you have when you begin to establish permanency in your mastermind relationship is going to be one of the most outstanding and pleasant experiences of your entire life. When you're engaged in a mastermind activity, you have so much faith that you know that you can do anything that you start out to do. You have no doubts, you have no fear, you have no limitations, and that's a marvelous frame of mind to be in. Wow. So, it's pretty deep stuff when we talk about the mastermind alliance, and it goes much deeper than what most people would ever consider the words mastermind alliance to mean. Now, talking about the spiritual stuff that comes out of it, right? This is something, I still am learning today. And it's pretty interesting though, right? Just how deep this principle can go. So that's my conversation today on the Mastermind Alliance. I'm gonna pick up tomorrow, continue it on, then talk about some more premises of it. And yeah, I want to thank you all for watching, this live today. Um, appreciate you. I hope you got value out of this. And I hope you really saw that, okay, I thought I was in a mastermind alliance. I thought I was doing the thing, but was I doing it in this certain way? So I'll leave you with this until we meet again in time and space. Bye, everybody, for now. All right. Peace.